name is Lilianna Himstedt, and today I bring you a video called Asking Again, What Makes Science Different? In a world full of answers, it's easy to forget how rare it is to truly understand something. We've built systems that reward speed, efficiency, and certainty. But what if certainty is a lie? Answer-generating practices are designed to give us what we want most, quick and confident answers. They take from what is already known, patterns, data, precedent, and feed it into a logic engine. What comes out is neat, useful, but shallow. These systems can process information faster than any human, but they don't observe, they don't experiment, they don't wonder what they might be missing. They can only respond to what already exists, never what might be. They imitate knowledge, but they don't create it. They repeat patterns, but they don't ask questions. And without questions, there can be no discovery. Science begins where answer-generating systems stop, at the question mark. It takes nothing for granted. It's not about being right. It's about being curious enough to be wrong and brave enough to admit it. Science is built on uncertainty, on the willingness to ask, to test, to fail, and to ask again. Every hypothesis begins with, I don't know, but I want to. That's the heart of the scientific method, a cycle of observation, hypothesis, experimentation, and revision. Each step is a conversation with reality. We observe what is, imagine what might be, test it, and let the results speak back. It's not a straight path to truth, but a spiral, each question refining the next. To do science is to observe patiently, experiment systematically, and let the data, not the desire, decide what's true. It's a practice that never stops learning because it never stops doubting. Where answer generators settle, science keeps searching. But even science has its limits. The universe is too vast and too complex for any single method to hold it all. Variables multiply. Bias slips in through the cracks. Instruments misread. Sometimes what we most want to measure is what we can't. Science cannot predict everything. It cannot control everything. It cannot always know what it hasn't yet observed. And yet, that's what makes it powerful. Because unlike other answer-generating systems, science knows its boundaries. It admits to uncertainty. It learns from failure. Every unanswered question isn't a flaw. It's an invitation. A chance to look again, ask again, and move one step closer to the truth. Science has power, and all power demands restraint. It is not just about what we can know, but what we should do with what we know. Ethics is not a limit on science. It's its foundation. In medicine, this is especially true. Every diagnosis begins with a question, and every question is asked with care. We must gather the data, interpret the evidence, and still remember, there is a human being behind every number. Scientific integrity is ethical integrity, because the goal of science is not control. It's understanding, guided by compassion and responsibility. To be a scientist is to live in a permanent state of wonder, not to collect answers, but to chase better questions. To say, that's strange, that doesn't fit, let's look again. Because real progress doesn't come from knowing. It comes from not knowing and caring enough to find out. In a world that loves easy answers, science is the rare place we're allowed to not know. And that moment of not knowing is where the truth begins.